So starting the test drive in this Tahoe High Country, the 6.2 is definitely a bit more, well, it is a bit stronger than the 5.3, but just driving it around town normally, not really gonna notice a difference. But when you put your foot down, you definitely hear more of a roar from this powertrain, and it is a bit quicker. But we also have the magnetic ride control with this powertrain, or with this setup, excuse me, in the High Country trim, as opposed to just the smooth ride suspension we get. So we're gonna see, I just tested an LT a couple minutes ago, about 20 minutes ago, so I'm gonna see how that rides compared to this one. So it gets up to speed relatively quickly. I'm gonna try to test out the Super Cruise and then give it a pull on this 1 mile stretch, but where it's almost 4 o'clock, that probably won't be possible. Here's the pull here. So yeah, it gets up to speed very nicely. And I'm just gonna put on the Super Cruise for a split second here and then get right back over in my other lane. So when I turn it on, the indicator will come on here. So Super Cruise is now enabled. So lane centering, lane change, all of that is available. So it'll look for an opening, which I don't want it to do. But that just shows you kind of how it operates. A very, very, very intuitive system. I'll get over here, turn that off, and just set the cruise at 70. We're on a downhill incline here, but you can see the fuel economy numbers are right at 23 miles per gallon, pretty steadily. So you're supposed to get 18 EPA estimated. You'll probably get close to 20, depending on speed. But I mean, the ride quality with the magnetic ride control is fantastic. It's phenomenal, it really is. Very comfortable, very refined. And the Tahoe rides well as it is, but just having that extra level of comfort is so nice. Now, in terms of what you get for the money, I mean, this one is loaded out. You've got the Ultra View, or I shouldn't say Ultra View. You have the panoramic sunroof. You have the Google Assistant system, heated cooled seats, heated steering wheel, Super Cruise, among tons of other options. But for 10 grand more, you can get a Yukon Denali Ultimate. So one thing with the Yukon Denali Ultimates and then the Escalades, it's just easier to, I shouldn't say justify, but a lot of customers would rather probably pay that extra 10 grand. If you can afford a 90 grand SUV, you're probably not gonna think, oh yeah, 100 grand is too over budget though. But if you like the looks of this better, and I think in some ways this looks better inside and out than the Yukon, you can save yourself 10 grand and still pretty much be similarly equipped. The only thing you're missing is the massage seats that you get in the Yukon Denali Ultimate. And for $91,000, you might think, yeah, I need to have massage seats. I mean, I'm paying 6 figures for an SUV, might as well get everything. But again, I do think if you want, especially this one having the max trailering package, this being a Tahoe as opposed to the Yukon, and being a fully loaded Tahoe at that, this is about as good as you can get in a Tahoe. I do think there is a small segment of consumers that will come towards something like this. They don't necessarily want a Yukon Denali Ultimate. First of all, everybody that can afford a Yukon Denali Ultimate is getting one, but also they want something that's not too over the top. It just, this is not flashy. And I mean, it looks fantastic, but compared to a Denali Ultimate, I just feel like this is something that you drive if you want to be more under the radar, but you still want something that's extremely nice. It's probably the best way to put it. And Super Cruise, I think, is $2,700 now. So it's not cheap, but it's nice to have that. But final thoughts, I mean, it's a good SUV for the price, I think. It is very expensive, but you get quite a bit. And again, if you're not wanting to go over 6 figures, but you're wanting to get close and feel like you're driving something that's 6 figures, highly recommend taking a look at this 2024 Chevy Tahoe High Country.